In 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful.
5 of you? 5 of you.
Thank you. Hey Sean. Hey, are you excited about Dine with the Orcas? We're so close to the killer whales. You excited to see? Who likes tomatoes?
I like tomatoes, especially pizzas.
Are you excited? Are you gonna see the orcas in Shamu and the killer whale's gonna come see you? Right there? They're not there yet? Are they gonna come soon? Gotta stick around and find out. Hey Caleb, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Dine with the Orcas? Are you excited about reaching 1,000 subscribers soon? Thank you all for subscribing. We hope you enjoy. What is it, Sean?
It's gonna be my smoothie, then try and mix it up in the blender.
You're making your own smoothie. What is in there?
Onions and lemons and tomatoes and
Hello everyone,
yes.
and welcome to Dine with Orca.
Sean's making a smoothie. Who thinks this is gonna be yummy?
For your safety,
I know what to do.
we ask that you avoid touching or reading
Okay, mix it up.
under the glass. And please, no
Sean, what are you doing? Is it almost done?
Yes.
Let's see how far you got so far.
I got pretty.
What did you mix with that?
No thanks. Okay. Now we're done.
Now it's complete.
Would you like to try some?
And they give you this one like that.
Thank you. This all looks really good.
Yeah, beef and chicken is this.
Chicken, salmon, beef, roasted potatoes, Alfredo roasted potatoes, hot dogs, chicken nuggets, and fruits.
Is the food good?
Fruit is very good. I like it.
Emma, how's your food? Super yummy?
Very good variety. Lots of unique tastes and flavors.
How's salmon for the first time?
Good.
Awesome. How's all the nuggets?
Nugget Nintendo Switch.
Okay, I did put down.
Don't drop it.
Giving us dessert. Oh, look at this.
Holy moly.
Did they just give us free
Dessert.
Yes.
Look
Can
how
I try?
excited Mom
Can I
is.
try
Wow,
one?
these look really good.
Mom, can I try one?
You should be here to try these.
Yeah, sprinkle cookie.
Look at this.
Which one? This
I'm
one?
gonna try one.
Is that good, Sean?
Yes.
Is it good? Very good. What do you think about that, Sissy?
These are
Good?
very good.
How good?
I think these are stuffed brownies. 100%.
Highly recommend trying out this place.
Yes.
If you get the chance, you should try to come here and dine with the Orcas.
Now they're showing off this posture, and well, yes, it is very, very cute. Oh, hold on. Everybody. So that posture with those tail flukes in the air, it is cute, great picture, yes, but it's also very important. It's an important behavior, and it's the posture in which we weigh them. So right across the pool, there's that big old metal slab. That is our killer whale size scale. So we ask the whales to slide their bodies up, but if they slide their bodies up, their tail flukes are in the water. So it's kind of like if you stepped on the scale with 1 foot. It's not going to weigh your whole body, right? So we ask them to lift their tails out of the water in order to get that entire weight. So although it's cute, it is also really important to their overall.
John, Caleb, was that cool?
Those vocalizations too that you were hearing,
Sissy.
those are coming from their blowholes. So they do make one sound from their mouth, and that is just a burp. Everything else is actually going to be coming from that blowhole. So they have an air sac and muscles in the blowhole, just like that, that they can manipulate. Make sure that we're building those trust-based, positive relationships, where that tap is in the slider, that's going to be a big jump in a couple of seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful.
How is
So it's
that?
important for us to have that trust-based relationship, right? Not only is it beneficial for the whale's overall health and well-being, but it also is what allows us to be able to train some of those more difficult behaviors, like those husbandry behaviors. Everything they do is voluntary, so for them to be able to voluntarily.
Thank you for a good show, whales. 5 stars. Highly recommend.
You like the whales? Yeah, they're pretty cool, huh?
You have any questions?
No pressure.
Go get him, Emma. Get him, sissy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Dine with Orcas. It's a privilege for all of us to connect with, care for, and celebrate SeaWorld's killer whales. We hope that over the next few minutes, we can share with you even more about killer whales and what they represent as the ocean's ambassadors. No one understands the power of this wondrous connection between people and killer whales, as well as our SeaWorld trainers. Here they are to tell us more.
Here at SeaWorld Orlando, we have a family of 5 killer whales. We have 2 males and 3 females. So our 3 females are Katina, Milani, and Malia, and our 2 males are Trua and Makayo. So Trua and Makayo is our youngest, he is 12, and then Trua is 17 years old, but he is our largest. He is just under 8,000 pounds, and Makayo is only about 5,300. So they're both growing boys though. Full-grown male killer whales can get up to 12,000 pounds, fully grown. So the females are only going to be about half that, fully grown. But those males, they can get pretty darn big. So So our three females, Katina, Nalani, and Malia. Malia is our 15-year-old, almost 16. Nalani is 16, and then Katina, she is the leader, she is the matriarch, she is a legend, and this year she will turn 47. So she's a very impressive animal. If you see a whale that's jumping the highest and swimming the fastest, it is actually probably Katina. So being the oldest definitely does not stop her or slow her down. So it looks like our boys are coming into the environment right now, and a pretty cool way to tell where they might be headed is check and see if anyone's tapping the water, whether that's with their hands, with one of those target poles like Cassandra's holding, but it looks like they're coming over this way, so go ahead and get those cameras ready. 3, 2, 1, they are! A nice big warm welcome from our boys. I will do my best to point out any photo or video opportunities, but I also will be doing my best to educate you a little bit about our whales and what we do here, so I'll try to do both as best as I can. So to start, a great way to tell the difference between these two boys is what their size. Like I mentioned, True is going to be a couple thousand pounds bigger, but also True has something pretty cool. He has freckles. So on his chest and on his right eye patch, and on his chin, he actually has some black speckles or freckles. So that's a really great indicator as well. Bucket colors help. If you just look and see, Trua has that blue band around his bucket and Makayo has that orange. So that's also a helpful trend. So I mentioned that Katina is the oldest, and I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but she is the leader. So killer whales live in a matriarchal society, which means that no matter how big and strong the males will get, a female will always be in charge. Just like human society, right? Yeah! Alright, they're coming right here in 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. You see, I told you about the splash warning, right? It wasn't for dogs. Now that is what we call an alien behavior or a spy hopping behavior. Now killer whales will get themselves out of the water with a number of different behaviors, whether it be that, a bow, a breach. And that could be just kind of to get a better look of their surroundings. So they have really, really good eyesight, both below and above the water. Below the water, they have a mucous membrane that covers their eyes that acts sort of like goggles. How we wear goggles underneath, they have that mucous membrane that allows them to see a little bit better under the water. And then when they come above the water, they can see very well too. So they can see all of you. They know you're all here. They can hear you as well. So if you want to reinforce them, give them a little extra love, you can feel free to cheer them on if you see anything you like. But with that eyesight, that's a large reason that they're probably jumping out of the water to kind of see what's going on outside. Very nice. Now they're showing off this posture, and well, yes, it is very, very cute. Oh, hold on. So that posture with those tail flukes in the air, it is cute, great picture, yes, but it's also very important. It's an important behavior, and it's the posture in which we weigh them. So right across the pool, there's that big old metal slab. That is our killer whale size scale. So we ask the whales to slide their bodies up, but if they slide their bodies up, their tail flukes are in the water. So it's kind of like if you stepped on the scale with 1 foot. It's not going to weigh your whole body, right? So we ask them to lift their tails out of the water in order to get that entire weight. So although it's cute, it is also really important to their overall health. Those vocalizations too that you were hearing, those are coming from their blowholes. So they do make one sound from their mouth, and that is just a burp. Everything else is actually going to be coming from that blowhole. So they have an air sac and muscles in the blowhole, just like that, that they can manipulate. To make those different sounds, just like you hear. And it's kind of like if you were to fill up a balloon and pinch the end and then let little bits of air out, it makes different sounds. So it's kind of a similar concept to that. Now I mentioned that the whales can hear you, right? So cheering is reinforcing. So we use a number of different reinforcers here. Now what do you guys think that whales find reinforcing? Go ahead and shout it out for me. Do I hear anything that the whales might like?
Belly rubs!
Okay, I heard some fish. Yeah, fish, of course. So we feed them a diet of 3 different types of fish here. We have capelin. There's going to be a big jump. You see where Morgan's throwing that ice cube? Drew's going to have a big jump in the center in just a second. Right there. 3, 2, 1. There he is. Nice job, buddy. So like I said, we have capelin, which is the smallest fish. That's where they get most of their water content from, actually. So they are mammals just like us. They cannot drink the salt water either. So they get most, if not all of their hydration from the fish that they eat. And a lot of that is going to be coming from the capelin. And then we have herring, which we kind of like to call the meat and potatoes of their diet. So it's the protein, the fat. And then they get a salmon every single day. And it's a big mama jamma. Big salmon. They really like that one. That's like the steak dinner, right? But they also find other things reinforcing. So a fun part of our job is trying to think of different things that we can use to reinforce them. Beautiful posture. So yes, food is reinforcing. Rub downs, massages, scratchies. Those are very reinforcing too. I mean, who doesn't love a massage, right? Ice cubes. They enjoy ice cubes. Toys. If you look across, you might be able to see our toy boxes over there. They're very big, very durable. These guys are very strong. Also, Jell-O. Not a lot of people know this, but our whales do enjoy Jell-O. It is sugarless and flavorless, so you guys might not like it too much, but they really seem to. So we can adhere it to toys. We can make it really interesting. We can make little puzzle feeders for them. So that's a really fun part of our job, is to find what's going to be enriching for them, what's going to motivate them. Now, what in the world are Kelly and Lauren doing? Great question, you guys. They're actually taking temperatures. So we take our whale's temperature every day. And that's another, in addition to the weight, is another husbandry or healthcare behavior that we can and do here. That's important for us to know the baseline, right? What's healthy for our whales, so that we know if something happens, what's off. So if something's off, we'll know because we already know the baseline, right? So that's one of the many healthcare things that we can do here. Another one is flushing their teeth. So just like you and I hope, you know, they get their teeth flushed twice a day. Now there's going to be a big jump and slide out. So 3, 2, 1. Hey! Nice job, big boy. So yeah, they do get their teeth flushed twice a day. Now they don't use a toothbrush necessarily, but we do have the ability to rinse out their teeth with a solution that you would find at a vet clinic. And killer whales only get one set of teeth their entire life, so it is important for us to help them keep their teeth healthy. Now, while we have a lot of different reinforcers, right, things that motivate them, I was going to touch on this earlier and then I got distracted, but the way that we train our animals here, not just our whales, but every animal that you'll find in the SeaWorld parks, is through positive reinforcement under operant conditioning. So basically, what does that mean? That just means that every interaction we have with them, we want to make sure that it's positive. So if we ask them to do something and they do it, that's great. We're going to blow our whistle, this is our break, and we're going to tell them, that's exactly what I wanted, that's exactly what I was asking for, go ahead and come back to me for some sort of reinforcement, and we're going to thank them. We're going to thank them for doing that, doing what we asked, right? And then what if they don't exactly do what we asked? Because that definitely happens too, right? So what do? We take a pause, we give them a couple seconds to reset, and we'll either ask for the behavior again, or move on to something else. So we want to make sure that we're building those trust-based, positive relationships, where that tap is in the slide out, there's going to be a big jump in a couple of seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful dive. Yeah, so it's really important for us to have that trust-based relationship, right? Not only is it beneficial for the whale's overall health and well-being, but it also is what allows us to be able to train some of those more difficult behaviors, like those husbandry behaviors. Everything they do is voluntary. So for them to be able to voluntarily give us a blood sample, a urine sample, even a weight, that's incredible. Same thing, really. Yeah, so it is incredible. So it's important that we're building that relationship with them so that they know that we're not going to ask them anything that they cannot, they're not capable of doing, right? So Stacy is actually demonstrating a couple different things right now, but you'll notice that when Makayo is going to come up over where Nicole is going to stomp her feet. So let's see what Makayo does when Nicole stomps her feet. He's thinking. He's putting his thinking cap on. Now this is a great example of what we didn't ask to do, right? And that's okay. But So what he was meant to do is if we stomp our feet, they correlate it with smacking their tail flukes on the water. So that's something we call mimicry. So when killer whales are young and when they're learning to be a whale, basically, they'll just watch and learn from other whales. So they'll mimic what other whales are doing to kind of learn how they have to do it, but they can also mimic us as well. All right, let's see if you got it. Maybe he just couldn't see. Maybe the sun was in his eyes. Good job, buddy. Now those tail flukes that he is smacking, they are different from the pectoral flippers that are on his side. So the tail flukes and the dorsal fin are kind of in the same category, and then the pectoral flippers on their side are a little bit different. So those pectoral flippers are actually going to have bones inside of them. So if you look at an x-ray, it will look similar to our hand with those 5 bony digits. But if you were to look at an x-ray of the tail flukes and the dorsal fin, no bones, no muscle. It's made out of a dense connective tissue, very similar to cartilage. So those flippers are going to have the bones and the fins will not. I know a question we get a lot here is how much do the whales eat? So right now our whales are eating about 100 to 150 pounds of fish every single day. But like I mentioned, Trua and Makayo are very much so growing boys. They have a couple thousand pounds left to go probably. So that number could increase to 200, 250, it depends. All right, let's see another mimicking behavior. Very nice. So Stacy, this is actually pretty cool too, because what Stacy was asking Makayo to do was not only mimic her waving her hands with his pectoral flippers, but to do it somewhere else. So she asked him to pop up in front of Cassandra and do it already without Cassandra having to prompt. And that was pretty cool, right? So that's something we can compound behaviors and see if they can do it, give them a little bit of a challenge, right? He's got it. Nice job, Makayo. So I like to talk about husbandry behaviors too. I know I mentioned a little bit about it with like the weight and the toothbrushes and those temperatures that you saw. But there's actually a lot of really cool things that we are able to do. And once again, it's all voluntary, which is amazing. So like I said, we can take blood samples, but we take them, our veterinary staff takes them at least once a month. So we're doing a regular physical checkup about once every month, which is far more than I get, I know that for sure. So they are in very, very good care here. All right, let's see if you can pop up and do it. Yeah, show off those big old pecs. They also give us urine samples. Now it's not like a massive, giant bucket. It's actually just the same size urine cup that anyone else would use, but they can voluntarily pee into a urine cup. We can get fecal samples. We can take x-rays. We can take ultrasounds. We can do all these things that they allow us to do to make sure that they're staying healthy. And another cool thing is that we can actually partner with different researchers that are studying killer whales out in the wild, out in the ocean, and kind of use them as the control group of the experiment, right? So we know how healthy our whales are. We know exactly what they're eating. We know pretty much everything about them. So we can use that as a control group to compare to killer whales out in the wild to learn a little bit more about them and the entire species as a whole. So that's pretty cool. Now Cassandra here is tapping what we call a target pull. And that's just kind of helping out the whales with direction, right? So he's gonna pop up here in just a second. There we go. And that kind of helps clarify things for them, right? So if we're asking them to do a behavior, we can ask for it in certain parts of the pool, but we want to set them up for success. So if maybe they're a little confused, we can help guide them using that target pull. So it's an extension of our hands. Very nice. Used in training. All right, guys, so it looks like we are just about wrapping up this training session right now. So let's give it up one more time for the whales. Say thank you so much for participating. They did amazing. There we go. I think we're getting the big old killer whale goodbye. Awesome. Very nice. Thank you, Makayo. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really, really do appreciate it. The company, SeaWorld, as a company, we have rescued over 40,000 animals, and that would not be possible without the support of people like you. So we really, really do appreciate you guys coming today. I hope you learned a little bit about killer whales. It's not quite over yet, we're going to have some of us trainers walking around answering questions. So if you do have any, please hold on to them. And once again, thank you so much for coming. We hope you enjoyed Dine with Orca and have a great rest of your day here at SeaWorld. Bye, everyone.